Hello everyone, welcome to our Palworld Survival Guide. Now if you watched my previous episode, I believe it, should be, we were looking at different base locations for ore mining. And today we're going to be talking about how to set up an ore base, kind of like tips on how to kind of steer yourself in like the most efficient, effective direction. So we have moved our base, our base location. We are going to go, I finally decided to make it this area. I think I like this the most. And we're just gonna get ahead and I guess really just set up. And that's kind of like the first thing is to just choose which area you want your ore base to be at. And if you're unsure and you haven't watched my video, I will have a link for that at the bottom. Just kind of shows you four kind of like what I think pretty decent locations for ore mining. Obviously, like I said, there's always probably more out there, but those are the four that really just kind of caught my attention. So that's always the first step, is to find a location and to kind of just consider some things about the location. One being, you know, how many nodes are there? Is the area like survivable for your current level? And if it's close, you know, like how close are you to something that's like a little bit more advanced? And you know, that kind of whole thing. Is it close to other resources? Is it close to like a boss or an outpost or other things that you like to do in the game, just to kind of make those elements a little bit easier. So then we come to the actual base building. Obviously, the first thing to keep in mind is that the radius of your base includes the nodes. Otherwise, your workers are not going to be able to harvest the node, which is like, you know, what you're here for. So that would be kind of silly. So let's go ahead and we're going to put our PAL box down. And I wish that like they had a like top down, and then maybe they do, and I just like completely just don't know. No, have never really looked at it, but we're gonna go. Let's put it here, and I'm gonna take a little look and just see how. Oh, we have a Relaxosaurus over there. Hi there, buddy. Just kind of see if it's built. I don't know if we can see the radius. I'm assuming we can. Yeah. Okay, so this is included. Very good, very good. Right on the edge, to be honest. That runs up the rock there. Okay. These should be included then. Yep, I'm trying to stay out of that Relaxosaurus's attention because I really don't want it. And then how far back do we have here? I am curious because I would like to build a little bit in this pool of water because I think it's really pretty. So where's my line here? Oh, wow, this goes way wider than I thought. Okay, so we go all the way. So it includes the whole water. That's great. That's great. And then how far back here? And then we still have a decent... I think that node is in as well. So that's actually pretty good, I think. Yeah, I actually really like that location. So we will just build that. Do I have anybody who has hands? No hands. Okay. We'll just build this ourselves. So kind of keep an eye on that. Make sure everything is within the radius. Then go ahead and build your PAL box. There we go. Now, the other kind of like tip I have is whenever you make a new box or a new base, make sure you bring enough resources to build like a resource box as well, and to put it close to as close as you can to the PAL box, just because your pals are going to be putting stuff in this box, and you're going to be fast traveling, I assume anyway, and you're going to do your production here too. You're going to be moving this to kind of like your main production base area. At least that's what I'll be planning on doing. So just having that right here where I can just grab it and then fast travel back is just going to be so much nicer. This guy is just like, hey, we're just kind of bumbling around. So that's kind of like what I recommend. And then, you know, if you have any extra resources, feel free to keep it here in case you need to make anything else, which I know we're going to be doing. We're going to make some PAL beds and all that. Look at that lovely sunset. So, so when you have that all set, the other kind of thing to keep in mind with an ore base is that, and again, this is kind of like down to preference. I like to have different bases have different kind of like workloads. So if you have this being like a very specific ore base, then I would recommend, you know, limiting it to just like that. So bring pull pals out that are miners, and then, you know, maybe have like a berry field here if you want. but try to limit, you know, how much is going on here so that your miners don't get distracted, because I know in some cases, we're gonna quick go home to our other home, and so we can make it daytime. If some miners have, like, you know, they have other work abilities, like they could do other things. You're sick. I'll take care of you later. Because of that, you know, that they get distracted. So if you have something like the stone pit, for example, also at your ore base, then they could potentially split their time between, you know, mining for ore and also okay, that's yeah, that needs to go. And, you know, doing that stone pit or doing something else. So bring pals that are, you know, very specifically miners, and then just try to limit production of anything else, just so that they can focus primarily on that. Because that's just going to make their ore mining just, you know, that much more efficient. So the last little thing to talk about are the pals themselves. When it comes to mining ore, level 1 pals don't really do a great job. So you're going to want at least level 2 pals. Now, obviously, the ideal is level 4 pals, like level 4 mining, that is, pals. But, you know, when you're starting out, that's not going to be feasible unless you get somehow really, really lucky, which can happen. So when regards to, like, we'll kind of go over the different levels, but for, like, level 2s, pals that have level 2 in their mining skill, you're looking at pals like Dumas, Pen King, Tombat, Mamorest even, and then Quavern and Palladius, I believe it is. So those are all level 2 miners. Obviously, some are a lot easier to get than others. We have Dumas. Where's he at? There he is. So he can do stuff for us, and look, he's going right for it already. And the great thing about Dumas is that you can get him pretty early in the game. He tends to be one of the pals that you can rescue in the outpost. That's actually how I got this guy. And they're also kind of like hanging around in like this area down here. I have found quite a few. Like, this is really hot, so be careful. But when you get to the beach and get to the Fisherman's Point, it's survivable, and you'll find quite a few of these guys at a higher level too. So that's like who I kind of recommend if you're like beginner. And same with, I think I have Tombat as well. Yeah, Tombat. You can tend to get him. He kind of like, you know, he comes out at nighttime. So, you know, and he's one of like the earlier levels. He's like a level 1. So, you know, they're pretty easy to get, I would say. And then I happen to get a Pen King from an egg. Where did he go? Where am I blind? There you are. He can get some stuff too. There you go. And so all these together, you know, they'll do a pretty decent job. Now, obviously, there are way better ones out there, but you know, if you're starting out, these 3 aren't terrible. Now, when it comes to level 3 pal or level 3 miners, you're looking at Digtoise, Reptyro, Menace Strings, something like that, and then Anubis. And I definitely think that Digtoise is the cream of the crop in that regard. I love using Digtoise for mining. As soon as I can, I plan on getting a Digtoise, and then I'll be replacing these guys with Digtoise. They harvest ore so fast; they're amazing. And I think they also have a thing where, like, if you're on them, they harvest it even faster. So, like, they're crazy. They're so good. For, like, a level 3 mining, they do an amazing job. Now, Anubis, he's also a really good just pal in general. But the only reason why I don't suggest him is because he has a bunch of stuff that he does. So, he's definitely great to have to, like, help transport and stuff. But you're definitely going to want to go for, like, Digtoise just in terms of, like, getting set with your miners. And then you can always bring in Anubis later on to take care of all the transport and, like, you know, just kind of like doing the last little bit of stuff. Now, your level 4 miners are Blazemut and Astegon. Those are the 2 kind of big guys. Now, Blazemut, he's a big boss for one, so he's a bit rough. And to be honest, Astegon kind of is too. So those are both, like, you know, cream of the crop, top tier miners. And Astegon, I think, is kind of like the better one of the 2. Mostly because, like, again, you can ride him and he can, like, destroy ore very, very quickly and easily. So obviously, you know, he's the best one to go for when you reach that level. But yeah, until then, you know, get with your little guys here. Look at them. They're doing great work. Just for some that one little... No, they did it. Look at that. Look at... Oh, now they're splitting up. All right. Well, they did good. So and then obviously you can upgrade from there. But that's kind of like how I advise you to kind of start your ore base, and then obviously you can level it up as you go. I have to go get these guys some beds and some food and stuff. Obviously, also just make sure you do have some pals who are able to transport. So I'll probably look for like a pretty decent transporter so they can start getting this ore and putting it in the box for me. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you have other tips for ore bases, do let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.